Welcome back to Daily AI News at Let's Data Science. It's 2026-0602. Today, we're diving into some pivotal developments from the future of machine intelligence to major product launches. Let's get to it. Our top story today is a defining moment for the AI capital markets. Anthropic has confidentially filed a registration statement with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, signaling its intent to go public. According to Reuters, CNN, and Wired, the filing does not yet specify the number of shares or the offering price, and Anthropic noted that timing will depend on market conditions. The scale here is staggering. CNBC reports that Anthropic recently closed a $65 billion financing round at a $965 billion valuation. Wired, citing the company, reports annualized revenue of $47 billion. If those figures hold under public scrutiny, this could become one of the most consequential IPOs since the dot-com era, as PitchBook described it in coverage cited by CNN. This filing puts Anthropic, the maker of Claude, directly into a high-stakes race with OpenAI and alongside other mega offerings like SpaceX. Business Insider quotes OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, telling CNBC that going public is ultimately a financing event, framing the competition as a race to deliver the best technology and build the best business. For practitioners, the significance isn't about the S1 paperwork itself, it's about what public capital at this scale enables. Large financings typically translate into sustained demand for high-end cloud GPU capacity, expanded model training budgets, and production-grade engineering hires. Once Anthropic's S1 becomes public, analysts will scrutinize gross margin, revenue mix, and enterprise versus consumer exposure. eMarketer forecasts cited in Market Screener suggest that Claude's projected U.S. user penetration of 5.4% in 2026 trails ChatGPT at 36.6% and Google's Gemini at 27.4%. That comparison will shape investor narratives around enterprise positioning versus mass market adoption. In short, Anthropic's confidential S1 is more than a liquidity event. It's a stress test of trillion-dollar AI valuations under public market discipline. Staying with capital flows, Alphabet is making a move that could reshape the infrastructure landscape. According to TechCrunch and Gizmodo, Alphabet plans to raise $80 billion in new equity to fund AI infrastructure and capital expenditures. This includes a $10 billion direct stock purchase by Berkshire Hathaway. Gizmodo reports that roughly $40 billion of new stock will be released into the market starting in the third quarter, with an additional $30 billion in underwritten shares and mandatory convertible preferred stock backed by Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and Morgan Stanley. CEO Sundar Pichai has previously disclosed that Alphabet expects to spend between $180 and $190 billion in capital expenditures this year. The explicit focus is AI infrastructure. TechCrunch quotes Alphabet stating that demand for its AI solutions is exceeding available supply. Gizmodo characterizes the raise as accelerating work on Google's Tensor Processing Units, or TPUs, and scaling global compute capacity. The timing is critical. Bloomberg analyst Mandeep Singh, quoted by Gizmodo, noted that there's only so much capital you can allocate, even in the public markets. With Anthropic, OpenAI, and SpaceX all eyeing major listings, Alphabet's $80 billion raise could absorb significant investor bandwidth. For engineers and infrastructure teams, the takeaway is clear. Alphabet is doubling down on owned compute. That can influence cloud pricing dynamics, TPU availability, and supplier commitments across the ecosystem. Next, a major hardware announcement from Computex 2026. SUS has unveiled the ProArt P16, ProArt P14, and ProArt Mini PC, all powered by NVIDIA's new RTX Spark platform. According to ASUS press materials and coverage from Phone Arena and Digital Trends, RTX Spark combines a Blackwell-based RTX GPU with 6,144 CUDA cores and a 20-core NVIDIA Grace CPU, connected via NVLink C2C in a unified memory architecture. These systems support up to 128 gigabytes of unified memory and claim up to 1 petaflop of AI performance. ASUS is positioning these machines squarely at AI creators. The ProArt P16 and P14 target workloads like rendering 90 gigabyte plus 3D scenes, 12K 422 video editing, 4K AI video generation, and even running 120 billion parameter language models with up to 1 million token context windows. Unified memory is the key technical differentiator. By reducing cross-device memory copying, RTX Spark can simplify workflows that load very large models or datasets locally. For teams experimenting with on-device LLMs or generative video pipelines, 128 gigabytes of shared memory in a thin laptop chassis is a notable shift. ASUS is also bundling its ProArt Creator Hub, MuseTree, and StoryCube software, and highlighting compatibility with over 1,000 accelerated applications, including Adobe Creative Cloud, Blender, Blackmagic Design Tools, Comfy UI, and Otoy. Availability is expected to begin in fall 2026 in select regions. Finally, in our top stories, sovereign-scale AI investment continues to expand. Humane, the AI value chain subsidiary of Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, has announced a strategic partnership with NVIDIA. According to an NVIDIA press release and coverage from Automotive World and Stock Titan, Human plans to build AI factories with projected capacity of up to 500 megawatts and deploy several 100,000 NVIDIA GPUs over the next 5 years. The initial phase includes an 18,000 GPU NVIDIA GB300 Grace Blackwell supercomputer with InfiniBand networking. On the mobility side, Humane will use NVIDIA's Drive Hyperion platform for Level 4 capable robotaxi development across Saudi Arabia and the Middle East. The partnership also references NVIDIA Omniverse for large-scale simulation and digital twin workflows. For practitioners in autonomy, this combination of hyperscale training capacity and a standardized vehicle stack like Drive Hyperion can shorten integration cycles and expand scenario-driven simulation before on-road deployment. It's a clear signal that sovereign-backed compute plus vendor-standardized autonomy platforms is becoming a repeatable playbook. Now, for a few other key updates in our lightning round. In China, Unitree Robotics has received approval for a Shanghai listing, according to Bloomberg and Economic Times. Rest of World reports that Unitree filed to raise 4.2 billion yuan, about $610 million, and posted 2025 revenue of 1.71 billion yuan, with adjusted net profit of 600 million yuan. CNBC reports that NVIDIA selected Unitree's H2 humanoid body for a research platform combining Jetson Thor hardware and Blackwell GPUs under the Isaac GR0T family. With at least 46 robotics-related IPO applicants in Hong Kong, according to Bloomberg, humanoid robotics is quickly becoming a public market story. In policy news, Senator Bernie Sanders proposed the American AI Sovereign Wealth Fund Act in a New York Times op-ed. Mashable reports the bill would require a one-time 50% equity transfer from major AI firms including OpenAI, Anthropic, and xAI into a federally managed fund with voting shares and board representation. The proposal has limited immediate congressional support, but it signals growing debate over public ownership and AI-generated economic value. In South Korea, Naver Cloud and NVIDIA announced plans to build a global AI factory, according to Yonhap, Asia E, and Business Korea. The collaboration includes leveraging NVIDIA's Nemotron 3 Ultra to advance Hyperclova X and using the Cosmos platform to develop the Seoul World model, reportedly trained on 1.2 million panoramic images. And in India, the Delhi High Court granted interim relief to actor Varun Dhawan, ordering the takedown of AI-generated deepfakes and unauthorized merchandise exploiting his likeness. Reporting from NDTV and Bar and Bench notes the ex parte ad interim injunction as another example of courts applying personality rights law to synthetic media. And that's your AI briefing for today. The landscape is moving faster than ever, and we'll be here to track it with you. For more insights, visit us at letsdatascience.com. Thanks for tuning in, stay curious, and we'll be back tomorrow with the latest in AI.